Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Hope you all had a fun Christmas yesterday in what was otherwise a very gloomy year caused because of the pandemic. So today we'll be featuring an Antiknight Arrow Sudoku taken from Logic Master's Germany portal. This Sudoku was posted by Clover in the portal and it has got very good ratings in the portal. The rating as I see currently now is 92%, which is really good. Any Sudoku above 90% on the portal is definitely worth a try. I will add the link to all of Clover's Sudokus in the description of the video. There are many wonderful Sudokus from him. It is worth checking out his Sudokus. I will also add the online solving link for this Sudoku in the description, so you may try it out if you want to do so. Moving on to the rules. The rules are in addition to standard classic rules, each row, each column and each 3x3 box contains digits from 1 to 9. Digits separated by a knight's move in the grid must be different from each other. So a knight moves two steps in one of the directions, right? Any of the four directions. So for example, if you have a 4 here, it will move 2 steps in one of the perpendicular directions, right? North, east, west or south, and 1 step in the opposite direction. So for example, if you have a 4 here, so the knight may move into this cell. This is also a knight's move to that cell. This one will be a knight's move to that cell. All the highlighted cell are at a knight's move away from the center cell. 2 steps in one of the perpendicular directions and 1 step in the opposite direction, right? This is the perpendicular direction and this would be opposite to that direction. So this is what a knight's move is. So in this Sudoku, digits don't repeat when they are at a knight's move away from each other, right? Sorry, it's in the screen. And the next part of the rule is that digits along an arrow. So you can see that there are several arrows given inside the grid, a circle and to which a stem is attached, right? So these are all arrows, and what the rule state is that the digits present in the circles must be the sum of the digits along the arrow stem, and digits may repeat as long as they obey the other rules. Okay, so digits may repeat on the arrows provided they don't violate the classic rules. So with that, we'll start solving this Sudoku, and before that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please show us your support and love by subscribing to the channel. We really look forward to your subscription, because that's the only way that we'll know that what we are doing is really worth doing. So I would request you guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to it now. So let us continue, start the Sudoku now. So as you can see, there are no givens in the grid, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 arrows, and then the anti-knight rule to help us. So in such cases, there would definitely be some global logic. So let us start the basic step with the basic step. So sum of 3 cells will be minimum 1, 2 and 3. So the minimum digit inside this circle must be 6, 7, 8, 9. Similarly, this will also be 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Minimum sum of 3 digits. This is similarly 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is 6, 7, 8, 9, same reason. And this is also 6, 7, 8, 9, same reason. And this will also be 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, if the anti-knight rule weren't there, both of these digits could be same, and then the minimum value here becomes 4, right? So both of these could be 1 actually, and this could be a 4. But since we have an anti-knight restriction here, this cell row 2 column 2 is at an anti-knight move away from row 4 column 3, so they will be distinct, which means that all 3 digits will be distinct, right? This digit cannot be in both of these cells, and both of these digits are also different. So which means that the minimum sum becomes 6, since all digits are distinct. And this one can be 4, right? Minimum 4, because both of these can be 1 and this can be 2, and there is no violation of anti-knight restriction. So there is no problem. So this can be anything from 4 to 9. So let us not write that for now. So with this, we got absolutely nothing, right? That doesn't seem to be anything at all. So the next step we can see is if we can do some group sum logic. So in arrow Sudokus, normally there will be group sum logic in tougher Sudokus. So what you can do is you can sum the digits in 2 or 3 arrows, and then you can also sum the digits in the individual cells and try to do something with that. Can you do something here with that? Let us see. So for example, if you consider these 2 circles together and use group sum, add all the digits in these 6 cells, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is the minimum sum? So these 4 cells will have minimum sum of 10, and when you add these 2 cells, the minimum sum will be 3, 1 plus 2. So 10 plus 3 is 13. So again, that doesn't give us any movement in the Sudoku, right? Because if you have 17 maybe, then definitely you can write 8, 9 here. Or if you have 16, then you can write 7 and 9 here. 8 and 8 is not possible because it is at a knight's move. But we are not having any such case here. We are getting the total as 13, which means that we have lots of possibility, right? It can be 6, 7 and take the 13, or it can be 14 or 15 or 16 or 17. It can be anything, right? So we don't know it. Similarly, if you combine these two circles and try to group sum them, use group sum logic, 1, 2, 3, 4, minimum sum is 10, 4 digits, and minimum sum of these 2 cells must be 3 again. So again 13. So nothing. So in this Sudoku, you see that the basic step that we used, adding the minimum digits, doesn't help us. The next step that we use, group sum logic, is also not helping us. So there is definitely something else that is in the Sudoku that is going to help us. Let us see what that is. We'll try to use the Antiknight property here. So if you look at this cell, it cannot be in any of these 3 cells, right? I'll just highlight for better clarity. So all these cells cannot be here. Classic rule. And these, the cell in the circle, also cannot be in this cell, right? Because whatever is here is the sum of these digits, so it cannot be equal to one of these digits. No way possible. And these 2 cells, that is row 4 column 6 and row 5 column 5, are at a knight's move away from this cell, right? So again, this cannot be in one of these 2 cells. So whichever digit is here has to be here, right? Right? So we can remove the highlighting now, not going to help us. Let us remove that. So we have just established whichever comes here has to be here, nothing else. Is that helping us? So it will help us if one of this digit happens to be on the arrow. Just think of a scenario where one of this possibility happens to go on arrow. The arrow becomes very restricted, right? Because you can notice that all the arrows are 3 in length. So if one of the digits go onto an arrow, it is going to really help us. So this should give you the start idea somehow. So let us look at the other circles. Maybe look at this circle. It cannot be in these cells, it cannot be here, but it can be in any of these cells. Gives us a lot of movement, right? Lot of freedom. So let us look at this circle. This also seems to be pretty constrained. So it cannot be in these cells, right? Classic rule. It cannot be in the arrow cells also. All these cells cannot contain whichever comes here. And if you look closely, row 5 column 2 and row 6 column 3 are at a knight's move from row 7 column 1. So whatever comes here also cannot be in these 2 cells. So you can highlight those cells as well using green. So whichever comes here has to be here. What a starting step, guys. And that immediately should give you something, right? Because it is going on an arrow. And can you have anything of 7, 8 or 9 in this arrow? If you have a 7, the minimum total becomes 1 plus 2 plus 7, and you will have a value greater than 9 here. Not possible. So you need to have a 6 here, which is the only option possible. Beautiful, right? What a starting step. So without this, it's really difficult to continue in the Sudoku. I don't think there is anything else you can do in the Sudoku. So this would have to be a 6. This would have to be a 6. And now we know that these 3 arrows must contain 1, 2 and 3. So the good thing about this one, what is this? F puzzle interface is that it lets you simultaneously put candidates in 3 cells. That is nice. So we got this, and which means that the minimum sum here in this arrow will be equal to 1 plus 2 plus 6, right? So 9. So this would have to be a 9, because anything more than 1 and 2 here will not give you a valid digit in this circle. So these 2 cells will be 1 and 2. And now if you look at this cell, if this is a 1, you get a 1 in row 5 column 3, and if this is a 2, you get a 2 in row 5 column 3. Whatever comes here has to be in this cell, because this is a 1, 2, 3 triplet, which means you can remove 3 from here. So this is 1 or 2, and which in turn helps in this arrow, right? So whatever comes here, we can highlight again, cannot be in any of these cells and cannot be here obviously. because this cell is at a knight's move and these two cells are not containing 1-2 possibility. So it would have to be either here or here. Now you can rule out 6 and 7 from here, because for 6 and 7 we need both 1 and 2 in these three cells, right? 6 is 1, 2, 3, 7 is 1, 2, 4. So which means that since one of 1 or 2 is going here, you cannot have 6 and 7 here. So this will be 8 and 9. Beautiful Sudoku, guys. Really, really beautiful solve. I'm already enjoying. We have hardly made any progress, but this Sudoku is already so enjoyable. And now this 6 removes the possibility of 6 from this cell and this cell. So this is 7, 8, 9 and this is 7, 8 and 9. Okay. So using classic rule, 6 must be in one of these cells. And 9 cannot be in column 4. So 9 would be in one of these two cells. Okay, so where do we continue now? Okay, so if you look at this box, because we have placed the 6 already, 6 cannot be in these three cells and 6 cannot be in one of these arrows, right? Because if you have 6 in either of these arrows, then for we can have only the 9 inside the circle, because 8 is ruled out, and we will need both of 1 and 2 inside this arrow, which is not possible as we already established. So 6 is not going to the row 5 column 4 or row 5 column 6. 6 is not possible here because it's at a knight's move, and 6 is again not possible here. So 6 would have to be in one of these two cells, which gives 6 in one of these three cells, right? So we have a 1, 2, 3 triplet here. Is that helping us? Not really, right? If you could somehow get the value in this cell, we can immediately, I think, do something with this arrow, right? Because it's already pretty restricted. So this arrow, is it helping us now? No, right? It's not really helping us. Okay, we established that whatever comes here must be here, right? We simply forgot that, right? It can't be here, it cannot be in any of these cells. So this would have to be a 7. 7 can be removed from there. So this would be 8 and 9. So the moment 7 got removed from here, because we established that 1, 2 must be here, we could also have removed a 7 from here. So both of these digits are same. And now that is going to help us. Superb, guys, superb. Look how closely. Both of these cells must be equal, right? And that must be in the middle row in this grid. And it cannot be here, and it cannot be here also, because it's at a knight's move away, which means that it would have to be here. So whatever this cell is has to be here, which in turn means that all these cells are equal, but 9 cannot be here. So this would have to be an 8. Superb, guys. Simply superb deduction. So all these cells are becoming 8 now. A really narrow start. So which means for the 8, when you have a 3 cell arrow, definitely 1 must be part of the sum. Without that, you will get a minimum total of 9. So 1 must be here, which means that this is not a 1, because that would remove 1 from all the 3 places. So this is a 2, this is 1, this is 2, and both of these cells becomes 1, 3 now, right? And for the 8 now, we can't have 1, 2, 5 because of the 2 here. So this is going to become 1, 3, 4, right? Let me write the possibility. And 2 must be in one of these two cells. 2 can't be here, it's at a knight's move away from this cell. So 2 must be in one of these cells. So this cell is at a knight's move away, so this is 7 or 9, right? And now if you have a 7 here, it must be a 1, 2 and 4, only possibility. Because 1 is here, so 1 would have to go here, and because 2 is here, 2 would have to go here, and this would be a 4. Is that giving us any contradiction? Not really. So this is quite possible. And if you have a 9, 9 can be 1, 2, 6, can be 1, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4. All possibilities are valid. Oh, beautiful guys. This is beautiful. Look at this. You have a 1 3 pair here, right? Which means that whatever comes in this cell cannot be 1 or 3. Because if you have a 1 here, 1 is removed from both of these cells. If you have a 3 here, 3 is removed from both of these cells. So this is a 4. Which means that this will be a 1 3 and this will be a 1 3. Is that giving us anything further? Nothing really. But 9 becomes restricted in options, right? We told 1 3 5 as option for 9. That is ruled out now. So 9 must be 1 2 and 6. In which case 1 would have to be here, 2 would have to be here, and this would be 6. Can it be 2 3 4? Can the 9 be 2 3 and 4? So 2 3 and 4 looks likely for now. There doesn't seem to be any problem with 2 3 4. Okay, there are quite some possibilities here. I think it would be better if we write the possibilities, because we don't have much of information anywhere else in the grid. So let us look at the possibilities, right? Okay, so 9 can be now 1 2 6. 1 2 6 is written. It can be 2 3 and 4, in which case you can't have 4 here, so this will be 2 and 3. Oh, this is very restricted, guys. Because 1 and 3 is here, you can't have 1 3 here, right? If you have any of 1 3 here, then both of these cells can't contain 1 or 3. This seems very, very restricted. Okay, we can do something with the anti-night rule here. 8 can't be here, and 8 can't be here, and 8 cannot be here because it's at a night's move away, which means that 8 must be in one of these two cells, and 8 cannot be in these 3 cells. 8 cannot be in these 3 cells because in a 3 cell arrow 8 can never be there, and 8 can't be here as well because 8 is here, which means that 8 must be in one of these two cells. But 8 is in one of these two cells, which means 8 can be eliminated from here, so you get the 8 here. And now 8 must be in one of these two cells, right? 8 can't be here, and 8 also can be ruled out using the arrow or the anti-night property also. So this would have to be 8, which means that this will be 6 7 and 9, and 8 must be in one of these two cells because this cell is at a night's move away in column 8. But 8 can't be here, 3 cell arrow, so 8 would have to be here, right? So we are getting something with the 8s because I couldn't do much progress here. And in column 5, 8 has only 2 options. Both of these cells can be 8. And now if you look at box 7, 8 cannot be in row 7, 8 cannot be in column 1, and 8 cannot be in any of these two cells. Because if you have an 8 here, both of these options are ruled out. And if you have an 8 here, both of these options are ruled out. So 8 would have to be in one of these cells, which means you get an 8 here, right? So this is not an 8. Nice. So a good sequence of digits to help us in the solve. So how do we continue it further now? That is the big question. So why don't we write some possibilities? So 2 6 8 1 and 3, right? So remaining possibilities in box 4 are 4 5 7 9. 9 can't be here, so this is 4 5 7 and this is 4 5 7, and this can't be a 4, so this is 5 7 and 9, and this can be anything 4 5 7 or 9. Oh wait, it cannot be anything. It cannot be a 5, guys. Can it be a 5? Because if you have a 5 here, then you are taking all the possibilities of 5 away from box 5, right? So this cannot be a 5, so this can only be 4 7 or 9. Oh, this is interesting. If I could somehow rule out that this is not a 4, then both of these cells must be equal, right? But it can be a 4 also. There is nothing to prevent that. However, if you look at this cell, it cannot be in any of these 4 cells, and it cannot be a 1 or a 3, so it can be 4 8s. Okay, lots of possibilities are there. But I think it's pretty restricted, because if you look at this arrow, 1 and 2 cannot go into these 3 cells. So the minimum sum becomes here 3 plus 4, which is 7, and the minimum digit here will be 1. So the minimum total here is 8, so which means that it can be 8 or 9. And if you don't have a 3 here, the total becomes more than 9, so 3 must definitely be here. And since we have only 1 degree of freedom over all these cells, so all these both of these cells can only be 3, 4 or 5. The minimum sum is 3 plus 4, which is 7, and if you have 1 degree of freedom to both these cells, it can only be 3, 4, 5, and similarly this will be 1 or a 2. So 3 is definitely here for sure, right? So 1, 2, 6, 8 and 3, this can't be a 9, so this will be 4, 5 and 7. So 4 is here, so which means you can eliminate the 4 from here. Knights move away, so this is not a 4. So you can still have the 4 here, right? And this can be a 3, and okay, this is not a 2, guys, right? It's at a knight's move away from this cell, so this will be a 1, which means that this is either 3 plus 4 or 3 plus 5, based on which this will be 8 or 9. Okay, so this is at a knight's move away from this cell. Beautiful, guys. Look how the Sudoku is progressing. A very narrow solve path, but really interesting to solve. So you have a 1 here, which means this is not a 1, so this is a 3, this is a 1, this is a 3, and this is a 1. Superb. And now that eliminates many more possibilities from these cells. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. And this 3 eliminates the 3 from here. So this will be 4, 5, and we are sure that 3 has to be in one of these cells. Otherwise this becomes 4 plus 5 and the total becomes more than 9. So this is a 3. And 3 will be in one of these two cells. Okay, 3 in row 4 and row 6, which means 3 must be in one of these two cells. Can't be here. It's at a knight's move away from this cell. So now the 7 can be 1, 2, 4, and 9. 9 is also restricted, guys. Beautiful. So 9 we said can be 1, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 6. But look at this 3. This 3 is ruling out 2 options. So if it is a 7, it is going to be 1, 4 and a 2, because 1 is ruled out from here. And if it is a 9, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 3, 5 are ruled out. So it can only be 1, 2 and 6. So again this will be 1, this will be 2 and this will be 6. Superb. So in both of these cases 1 and 2 are common here. So we can write those digits 1 and 2. Which means that 1 will be in one of these 3 cells in row 2. And this is at a knight's move away, so 1 can be removed from here. And we know that when we have an 8 inside the circle, these 3 cells must contain 1 definitely in them. So this will be a 1, 1 can't be outside. And both of these cells must sum up to 7, which can only be 2 plus 5 or 3 plus 4. 2 plus 5 is ruled out, so both of these cells must be 3, 4. And now you can eliminate 3 from here. Beautiful, guys. Look how the Sudoku is progressing. No wonder it's rated high on the portal. So if you have a 3 here, both of these options are ruled out. Knight's move and classic rule. So this will be a 4, this will be a 3. So we have satisfied the 8 total now. So 1 has only one option in box 6, it would have to go here. 1 can't be in row 4 and row 5 can't be here because of this one. And which means 1 will be in one of these 3 cells in column 7, can't be here. So 1 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. So continuing along with the 1, you have a 1 in these column 2 and 3, so 1 would have to be here. And 1 is here, but 1 is already placed here. Okay, 2 is in column 2 and column 3, so 2 would have to go here. So we get a 1, 2 pair. Nice, guys, really nice. The moment you write a 1, 2 possibility here, look at this cell. This cannot be 6 or 7, right? If you have a 6 or 7, these 3 cells must contain 1, 2 in them. And that will eliminate both of the possibilities from row 9, column 1, which means that this would have to be a 9. Beautiful. And now this cannot be 1, 2, 6 because this is 1, 2, so it can be 1, 3, 5 or 2, 3, 4. So both of these cases contain a 3, so 3 must be in one of these cells. And 3 cannot be here, so 3 must be in one of these 2 cells, 1, 3, 5 or 2, 3, 4. If we somehow eliminate one possibility, we get a lot of information. Okay, so just moving my eyes around, I'm seeing this 4 is not here, so 4 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. Okay, let's look at row 2. 1, 3, 8, 2 and 9. Remaining digits are 4, 5, 6, 7. This can't be a 4, so this will be a 5, 6 and 7. They're giving us something. Okay, we have marked a 9 here, right? Which means this would be 8. And correspondingly, this arrow total must be, this cell must be 4 to satisfy the arrow total. So 4 can't be here. So this is 7, 9. This is not 4. This is 5, 7. And the remaining digit in column 3 is 5, 7, 9. 5, 7 and 9. Right. So we just place the 4 here. So 4 can't be here. 4 is not here. 4 can be here and 4 cannot be here. Now if you look at row 2, there is only one cell left for the 4. This cell. So this would have to be a 4. Which means that this would have to be a 7. 1 plus 2 plus 4. And this is not a 7 anymore. 4 and 5. So 4 is not in row 2 and row 3. So 4 will go into one of these two cells. And 4 is in one of these two cells in box 4. Which means that this would be a 4. And the 6 is pushed here now. Classic rule. Because 6 is here and here. Okay, if you look at column 1 and 3, 8 is in row 1 column 3, row 5 column 1. So 8 will be in one of these 3 cells. But 8 can't be in row 7 and row 8. So this will be 8. So 8 can be removed from this cell. So 1, 2, 6, 3, 4, 8. Remaining are 5, 7 and 9. So 9 cannot be in row 8. So this is 5, 7. And this is 5, 7, 9. Okay, really good deduction, guys. Now look at this cell. We deduced earlier that whatever comes here must be in one of these two cells, right? And now you can't have a 9 here, because if you have a 9, then box 5 doesn't have any cell left for a 9. 9 would have to be here, and both of these cells are at a knight's move away, and that will be a rule violation. So which means this can't be a 9, this would have to be a 7, and this would have to be a 5 now. This would have to be a 9. And this cell would have to be 5, 7. 5, 7 pair, which gives a 9 here, row 5 column 2, and this would be 4, 5. Which means these two cells must be 3, 7. So 7 here gives a 5 here, anti-knight move, and this will be a 7. So if you look at this cell now, it can't be 1, 3, 7, 4 and 8. Remaining digits are 2, 5, 6 and 9. Can't be 2 and 9. And can't be a 6, knight's move. So this will be a 5. Which means these three cells must be 2, 6, 9, right? So this can't be a 6, this can't be a 9, knight's move away, so this will be a 2. And these two cells must be 6 and 9 now. Which means that this must be a 4 or 5 for that row. And you have a 4 here, so this will be a 5. This will be a 4, this will be a 5. Beautiful. And now row 4 has 3 candidates, 2, 4, 9, right? 3, 7, 8, 1, 5, 6, so 2, 4, 9. So this is 2, 9. This is not a 9, so this is 2, 4, and this will be 2, 4, 9. Quickly looking around, you have a 2 here, so this is not a 2, so this is 4, 9. And this will be 1, 5, 8, 2, 4, 9, 3, 6 and 7. So can't be a 7, so this is 3, 6. This can't be a 3, so this is 6, 7. And this will be a 3, 6 and 7. So we are very close to completing it now, guys. I think probably in 2-3 minutes this Sudoku should be over, because we've got all the digits going. All the arrows are almost filled. So 1, 3, 4, 8, 2, 5, 9. So remaining candidates are 6 and 7. So we can write them 6, 7 and 6, 7. But you have a 6 here, so this would be a 7. Knight's move, and this would be a 6. And so you have a 6 here, so 6 can be eliminated from here. This is a 3 or a 7. Let's look at column 5. Seems very restricted. 3, 5, 8, 1, 2, 4. Remaining are 6, 7, 9. 7 is not here and 7 is not here. So 7 would have to be here. Which means that this cell will be a 6, 9. But you have a 6 here. Which means this is a 9. This is 6 and this is 9. And this 9 is at a knight's move from this cell. So this will be a 4. This will be a 2 and this will be a 9. So if you look at this row, row 7, 3, 6, 7, 1, 8, 9, remaining are 2, 4, 5. can't have a 4 here, so this is 2 or 5. This is not a 2, 4, 5, and this is a cannot be a 5, cannot be a 2. So this is a 4. Beautiful. So which means that this is a 5, this is a 2. And now 4 digits in box 8 are 2, 3, 5, 6. But 5 cannot be in row 8 and 5 is not at this cell. Knights move away, so this is a 5. And 2, 3 and 6. 2 is here, so this will be a 2 and this must be 3, 6 pair. And you have a 2 here, which means that you can resolve the 1, 2 pair in box 1. So this is 2, 1. And 3 is here at a knight's move away, so this is a 6 and this is a 3. And row 8, if you look at 2, 3, 8, 9, 1, 4, 5, so 6 and 7 are the remaining candidates. And now a 9 has a 5 in the arrow, which means that both of these cells must be 9 minus 5, 4, 1, 3. So 1 is here, so this is a 3, this is a 1 and this is a 4. So 7 is here at a knight's move away from this cell, so this is a 6, this is a 7, which means this will be a 7, sorry, and this will be a 3, this will be 6, and it's about completing the Sudoku now. So this will be a 7, this is 7, this is 3, and 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 remaining are 2, 5, 9. You have a 2 here, so this is 2, and this will be a 5, 9 pair, right? If you look at column 4, 2, 4, 7, 8, 1, 3, 6, again 5, 9 pair, but this cell is at a knight's move from this cell, so this will be 9, this will be 5, this will be 5, this will be 9, and remaining digits are 3 and 6, right? You have a 6 here, so this is 3 and this is 6. And with that we have completed this excellent Antiknight Arrow Sudoku by Clover. It had a really lovely solve path. I tremendously enjoyed solving the Sudoku. The start of the Sudoku was very difficult to find, there is no doubt about it. There was no group sum logic or any minimum sum total logic. We had to use the Antiknight property to deduce that whatever comes here has to be here, and that really helped us to continue the Sudoku. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me solve the Sudoku, and stay tuned for more such Sudokus on a daily basis from us. We hope to see you all soon. Take care until then. Bye bye.